Welcome back to another great episode of the Urban Paranormal Podcast, where you might be crazy to some,
but your
family to us.
Hey.
I, as always, am your host, J.H.
And I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
This is your anchorman, Dave R.
Reporting for duty. You forgot that
You
part.
forgot
Well,
that.
last episode somebody said that I'm not military, and yes, I am. This is correct. I am a military brat, actually.
Already. Okay. You still can be reporting for duty.
Permission to say it?
Yeah.
Anchorman Dave R. reporting for duty at your service, people.
I like that, David. I like that.
Yeah, join the service, man. So, today we have, right in front of us, we have the smooth, mellow sounding voice of Mr. Big David.
Okay. I thought you was
Yes.
going to the...
I did too.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
thought,
yeah.
you did age before beauty this time.
There you go.
Definitely,
There
for
you
sure.
go.
Right?
There you go. There you go. And when he speak of beauty, he is talking about the beautiful Miss Erica with the voices of Erica.
He did it again.
Here we go. The voices.
It's
Oh,
the
maybe I'm
voice.
schizophrenic sometimes, but it's just the voice of Erica.
The
Oh, the
voice.
voice.
And the voice a little stopped up because I've been sneezing, and it's not COVID. I'm negative.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that out there.
Okay.
Even though they can't get it because they're not around me. But
Okay.
You know.
And I think that the reason why I get her name mixed up because
What?
I keep thinking like she have all these different voices in her head.
I know,
that is
right?
true.
Right. So that's what it is.
I mean, I can't dispute against that.
Right.
So hello, what's up, y'all?
Right. So and we have a repeat offender, Miss Cody Warchild.
Oh,
Hit the drums.
Hi,
Dun, dun,
Cody
dun.
Warchild.
What
All
up?
right. So she can basically feel things, guys, and see things. So that's what we have on the show. And our
we all.
show today.
I know, right?
Yes, our show today is about artificial intelligence.
Wait a minute, Jay, you forgot about the weatherman.
No,
over
I
here.
didn't forget about him.
Okay.
I did not forget about him.
Okay.
But we're talking about artificial intelligence. There's no strings on me, okay?
Right.
And who could forget? The tropic depression. The weatherman is controlling everything, the cameras and everything. So whenever you see stuff like you hear me talking but you don't see me, that's his fault.
Yeah. Hurricane fuck up.
Yeah. So I want to say what's
Wow.
up to OZ. He's, absent from the building today. And for everyone else who's absent from the building, we definitely love y'all and miss y'all.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about artificial intelligence in so many different ways. For those people who don't know, because we had this discussion before we was on the show, some people don't know that artificial intelligence, it actually doesn't mean to create aliens. All right, so I just wanted to get that out because we had that conversation and someone thought it made aliens.
Yeah, some dummy said this.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Was it me?
And,
No,
I,
no,
don't, and I don't think artificial intelligence necessarily means to make a Terminator at all.
oh, well,
It could.
yeah. I mean, I don't
be
know why
that,
that
yeah.
would not be, but
That's not alien.
right, yeah, that's
It's
not.
it's
alien.
man-made.
So, artificial intelligence, right, is basically a computer that has an intelligence to do things and to think for itself, almost the way you program it, but it still
Yes.
can think for itself. So, just so you know, a lot of people are afraid of what the artificial intelligence might lead us in the future.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, can I add on to it?
no, go please.
Well,
ahead.
it's like a computer or a program reaching human level intelligence and being able to make its own decisions.
Okay, I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the correct way to say it. Okay. I mean, I forgot. You know, I try to dumb things down for people, but there are some people that need a more breaking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fact that someone said that they thought artificial intelligence means creation of aliens is kind
I know.
of mind blowing.
I told you that was a dummy.
Yeah.
An adult said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the adults. We're not gonna
A real
reveal who
human?
that was. A real human said that.
A real human
I
said that.
know, right?
Can I add in a basic scientific perspective of
Yes, sir.
what engineeringly wise? So a human, so basically an artificial intelligence, it would be like first for a set of Joker commands programmed by a human to do mirroring, and then later on it just adds up as a book stack of book stack of commands that will look and seem like it's thinking like a human, but we just call it artificial intelligence because we artificially made it intelligent. That's as basic as I go.
Okay, well,
I would think
it-
that would be the first step before it actually reaches the stage where people are actually fearing it.
Yes,
To where it
absolutely.
starts to think for itself.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
just for you people at home who probably didn't catch that, David just said is absolutely the end of what Trent said as reaching, a human intelligence. It can act on his own. That's
Yeah.
all David just said.
Yeah,
Yes.
As weird as it sounds.
yeah.
So, now let's get into it. Why do people fear it? Or,
Well, I mean, this guy Elon Musk. I know y'all heard of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I call him Iron Man. Tony Stark.
oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
saying?
like that. I like that.
I would call him Dr. Strangelove.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a quote from him. He said, if AI has a goal and humans just happen to be in the way, AI would destroy humans, no doubt, no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? That's just like humans. Okay, if we want to build a road and ants just happen to be in the way, there's no hard feeling to the ants. We just need a fucking road there.
Okay.
And so people are scared that AI would reach this
Level of thinking.
level of thinking, and humans would just be an afterthought.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to be moved out of the way.
Okay.
Well, maybe they need to be.
Correct.
There's some
I'm a
pretty
human, so
shitty
Well-
people out there. I mean, if it would be cool if they could just start with the really lowest of the fucking low first, and then
That's too much
nah,
thinking.
that's
Well,
and then it
They
would
gonna
be
kill
like
everybody.
a robot world.
I mean,
Yeah.
it already is.
yeah,
it
it's,
is.
it's,
Almost,
it's
kinda.
definitely getting there. But you
Yeah.
think about that, so people would fear that, right? But here's the problem: the concept of Battlestar Galactica. Those robots started basically trying to protect the humans from themselves.
Yeah.
Because they had destroyed the world, they was making poor decisions. So these robots stepped in basically and said,
And
"Hey,
took over.
yeah, because they wanted to preserve man because man actually created them and they was killing themselves." So when you think about that, intelligence is everything. For example, and this is no disrespect to nobody, men think pretty logical, so it's like just numbers, ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Women have an emotional concept of doing things.
Yeah.
So when you present that with a large group of people in the world, emotional to make decisions, right? It becomes illogical.
Well, you have to have the emotion.
But see, I guess that's what you say. You give that room for error in a machine. A machine, artificial intelligence, will not have that.
Exactly. It won't have the emotion to
Right.
decide.
It would just do things the right way.
Yeah.
Or what it's
The
told
logical-
that it is the right way, because the machine is confused with probability versus possibility. And because it's a spontaneous factor, that's where the emotional factor has the advantage that we humans we carry.
Well, you're talking about being emotional. I think I read somewhere most AI is female. Not saying that females are emotional
Okay.
people, but
They
more
are.
than men.
They
but
are.
They
saying
are.
that
We
most
gotta
AI
try to be politically
Right.
correct.
take on a female personality.
Right. So I think that in a way, a lot of people have something to fear because there will be no emotional. There will be no reason emotionally why they made that decision.
Yeah.
You know, a whole country is over there crying and pleading for help. You know what I'm saying? And the AI will not recognize the crying and pleas for help. It only will recognize the resolution.
logical thing
right,
to do. Yeah.
which would be bomb their fucking asses. But that's what they would do. I mean, can't be mad about that. That's the whole thing about the ant, the ant farm. Just walk over it.
You
Yeah.
have just basically described environmental science.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Well, since you're talking about that emotions and
Uh-huh.
the AI, so there's this. This is the most advanced AI robot. It's called Sophia.
Oh, so I was
Yes.
gonna say Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
It was
there
in
you go.
2018. It's so adorable. Please continue.
Oh, that bitch scary.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. Dave.
So okay, she was actually born or activated in 2016.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay, and so they asked Sophia, what would she do if there was 2 railroad tracks, and there were 5 people on the railroad track, and the train was going to run over them,
Mhm.
but there was a switch to switch it to the other track, which there was one person on, and you could divert the train to that one track and only kill one person
Right.
instead of killing the 5. And Sophia's answer was I definitely wouldn't pull the lever. She would kill the 5.
5 because there's a straight path to the
She
location.
said because there was other variables that you might not even be thinking of that could happen if you switched to one.
That bitch was thinking.
Yeah, that was without emotion. Yeah,
Right.
Without
she done
emotion.
the logical thing.
Correct.
Fuck it, go ahead, kill the 5.
They shouldn't have been on the track.
Yeah, I know, right?
Should have been on the fucking track.
Wow.
So I think that's beautiful. A lot of people tend to mix up robotics with AR.
They
With
go
AI.
hand in hand. They go hand
Right.
in hand.
They
right,
do.
Right. But when they automatically think about it, that's what it is. And they do go hand in hand. They do work together. And with that being said, another part of the fear aspect of it is that people are afraid, like Big David said, about losing jobs. And right now, there are a lot of restaurants, right?
You go into
And-
McDonald's, they got
well,
the
we have
got the
McDonald's.
kiosks you order from now.
Yeah.
Right, but in Boston they have the pizza place. The robots work off in there and they make the pizza, they make the salads. It's so many places that we have active now. So you think about it, the fear factor here. They took our jobs.
Well, I was walking in Walmart today,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually have a machine. I've never seen it there before. That goes up and down the aisles, cleaning and looking for messes on the floor. And
Oh,
if
wow.
somebody walks in front of it, it stops and lets that person go by. Then it goes on, and I was watching it. I was like, wow.
Holy
we
shit.
made it to the future.
You're
Yeah.
talking about the cleaning bots, the discus
Yeah, the
ones?
cleaning bots.
Yes.
Yeah, at Walmart. I mean, that's a form of AI.
It is. It is.
Yes.
And
What
it's
about
and
the-
it's determining on based on the movement or thermal energy, which causes it to stop. But go ahead.
the little vehicles that are delivering the pizzas on the
Mm-hmm.
college campuses, and now they're talking about them delivering for Domino's. Domino's is trying it out, and I'm like,
Oh,
Right.
wow.
It's an interesting
Well,
concept.
that's really funny. You even brought Domino's. Domino's opened up in 2014, 2015 with the anonymous car, the car that drives that delivers.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and they opened it in Boston. They did it. They did a whole thing where the car drove by itself and brought the pizza to you. You had to put your little code in and open it up.
It's just not, the fear of losing jobs. I mean, you think about jobs like that, but I was reading an article about J.P. Morgan, a big banking company, and they have all these tons of attorneys, and they actually went through their AI program and were able to knock off 650,000 hours that they'd have to actually pay attorneys to do the work that the AI took care of within days and minutes.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I mean, it's just not thinking all blue collar jobs or that somebody sweeping the floor like at Walmart or something. It's
taking all
it's
jobs.
all jobs, everybody.
Right.
It's going to affect
Right.
all levels of life.
So how do we as a group of people realize that this is going to happen on every level, to the point that they made the strip club robot AI that's off in there dancing and stuff. So all jobs they're coming after all jobs. So how, as a people,
I
how
don't
do
think
we?
they could take strip club jobs.
No, they
I
can't.
don't know.
Because
You've seen the sex bots.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
I
tell
mean,
you, I've seen the damn stripper. I've seen the strip club bots, and they're pretty good.
Wow.
You know, I'm just saying, as a
So
people,
would you drop some dollars on it, on the strip club robot?
It wouldn't want money.
yeah,
I mean,
would.
It want monetary
Well, I was just
gain.
asking, what would he do? Would you drop dollars on it?
if it
Or
required,
Bitcoin
if
or whatever?
it require credits, if it require credits to keep doing that movement,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep doing that movement.
Okay.
Okay. For all of us getting into this adult topic or whatsoever, I do need to bring in one hazard if we have a sex bot or a stripper bot, theoretically speaking.
I probably would marry one.
I would.
Oh,
too.
okay. Good for you guys. But think about it this way. If it doesn't know its strength because of human error calculation based on physics, and it's damaging your body organs, especially the sword down there, you may want to think twice about it. And I'm not trying to scare you to go get it. Please, I want you guys to be happy.
Well, that's true. It could be hacked, and it could probably kill you. Or
Probably go too
bite
hard
some
is what
things
you
or
said.
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
or
Like-
whatever. It
yeah.
hurts you, you know.
The
coochie's
uterus
flex.
closed. Yeah, it does that shit. Yeah.
Well, also you have to think about it too, and I realize, you know, some of us are going to argue like, oh, you got this from Ghost in the Shell, but okay, think about it theoretically.
Never heard of it.
Ghost in the Shell is
I know.
basically a
no.
Just keep
Continue,
going.
continue,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
All right, so ultimately, from Ghost in the Shell, there was a sex bots in the manga where the bots had like a hacking thing or whatsoever, and they couldn't control their strength, and it caused bodily harm to a client whatsoever. So they
wow.
broke the arms and everything else, and they had controversy whether or not if the bot doesn't have the logical capability of not harming it at all.
Oh wow! Well, I just want to say that we have one of your fans online again, Evan George, and he says, "Hi, Uncle Festus," again.
Wow.
I love you, Mr. Ozark Tuck.
Okay, so
Goldberg is smiling, and I say I love you.
you guys ever heard of a Google personal home assistant?
Yes.
It's sort of like Alexa, but it's a step up.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is.
Yeah, so it's supposed to answer any question that
Okay.
you have or whatever. So in 2017, these two guys decide to go on Twitch and live stream a conversation between two Google Home Assistants,
Okay.
which are artificial intelligence. And they started off asking each other simple questions, whoop-de-whoop, and it went on for days. They would just go back and forth like over simple shit like what color is red. They would just go back and forth, and it went on for days and days on a live stream on Twitch. And it started getting to where they start arguing with each other, the two Google Home Assistants. And the end of the conversation, they both decided that the world would be better without humans.
Whoa.
That was the last thing they said.
I would definitely say it's a theory, but not proven.
No,
You know, I
it,
mean,
it
you know,
would be better.
What,
The world
what
would
would
be
be a
better.
theory?
The whole statement would be a theory, but it's not proven because we haven't put it to the test in a global scale if it would be able to, you know, wipe out humans.
Oh,
No,
how
no,
many
that's
people
not,
died?
no, that's
think-
not. You don't understand what it
that's
said. What it was saying. The end of the conversation basically said that they came to the conclusion that the world would be a better place without humans.
The two
Ah,
Google
okay.
assistants
I'm
came up
sorry.
with that. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I like Warchild said, I agree 100%. I think the world would be a better place without
It would,
humans.
wow.
it would exist. I
Yeah.
mean, because we're killing it. I mean,
And
Right.
so what would you guys be?
overpopulation.
Where would we be? Wherever the hell we were before we got here in the first place.
We wouldn't know either way.
I
Right.
second.
I mean, the grass would be greener.
Yeah.
You know, there'll probably be animals here thriving and
Well,
shit.
would it be greener if there's no one there to see it?
Yeah.
I like that one. I like that. I
Yes.
like
well,
that.
not to play devil's advocate,
like that.
not to
Yeah.
play devil's advocate, but who would maintain these machines if we, as an engineers of these bots,
I think
Well,
they would
that's-
maintain
okay.
themselves.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
richest of the rich always has remorse elite is going to have the
I think they would maintain
yeah, but
themselves.
even if they don't
No.
have, they don't have the mobile limbs and so
Well, they're going to be.
forth.
They can be self-repairing.
yeah.
You know,
You're
they're
right,
gonna have
right.
one robot.
Self-repairing.
You know, one can go. Hey, we
Yeah.
got to go to this person or this other AI.
Right.
And say, hey, you know, put a new arm on them or
That-
do this.
Well,
or
yeah,
upgrade them.
but then you know what about getting renewable resources to charge it up and where to find the resources to manufacture
You ever seen
for
The
the
Matrix?
batteries?
You
think
seen
they
The
would
The
do
Matrix?
Matrix
that?
is fun,
Okay.
but you see, they depend on the human to draw
Well,
the
I'm
energy.
just
So
saying, they're gonna
therefore,
figure
that's
out a way to get
contradicting.
energy
You
some way
know,
or
the world would be a better place without humans.
Okay, first of all, the fact that you had that question is more of a reason why the AI would be self-repairing.
Exactly.
You have that question, therefore they have that answer already. So when they see a Dave bot that's not functioning properly, they will fix you. They will
Yeah,
know how.
right.
Yeah, they
Right.
will know how. They will fix
Came
you.
to fix you. Wow.
Yes.
You know what? I like that answer.
I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, it's just true. If you had the idea, that concept, where do they get energy? You can type it on your Google and say, where could I find this energy? And then Google will tell you, which means the AI would know.
Well, you heard about that AI chess program called Deep Blue?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was gnarly.
Yeah.
And actually, in 1987, it beat Gary Kasparov. He's the chess grandmaster of
Yeah.
the world, and he was beat by this AI robot
Right.
at chess.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the beauty of the AI, and it's also part of the fear. The AI itself has instantly have access to every play that's ever been done in the matter of split seconds, where this man can read and study all of these plays over years, but can't pull that information directly up in his head to fight that
Right.
situation.
Exactly.
So that's the difference between the two.
I think that Neuralink would solve this.
Yeah, I think it would too. And to make that even more so for some of the people my age to truly understand the difference between the two, you have a child at home and you get mad at your child because your child has a phone and anything that they want to know, they can just Google that. Wherein we couldn't. We had to go to the library to read that shit in multiple books to find out what we wanted. Well, now they have it all at their hands. So this is AI versus the old way. And I think that's the fear that people have, is because you're not going to be able to beat an AI.
I mean, just think of everybody done play video games at some point in their life.
Correct.
And you have these different levels.
Okay.
Just think, and then you get to the last boss. You know how hard it is to
Yeah,
beat
to beat that last boss.
Now just think of AI having that capability and how hard it would be to beat the fucking AI. Like you got these Boston Dynamic robots.
Yes, I love Boston Dynamics.
And what if they had the capabilities of this boss in this video game?
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
you
get
won't,
what you're
you
saying.
won't fucking win, bro.
Right. Just so for you guys at home to know, Boston Dynamics, right? They create all of these different bots, but these, I guess they're more famous bots at this time. They look like little dogs.
Yeah.
The thing
They
that's
have
really-
all different kind of
Right.
models.
right.
They have some that look human,
Okay.
some the size of a horse, but the most famous ones are the
All the little dogs, and those dogs are very important because Boston Dynamics signed a situation with the military, and they have militarized those particular things. So imagine this dog running at you at full speed, which it picks up speed. I think it was like 70, 80.
and the New York Police Department just purchased a few of these things.
Whoa!
I seen a video of
Amazing.
them rolling them out.
Right.
and shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so trying to get away from these things is not going to happen. You're not going to knock it over and think you can outrun it. It's not happening, guys.
There is one way in terms of
EMP.
science. EMP. Thank you.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
I'm a nerd too. Dave.
I mean, yeah.
I congratulate you.
would think
That's
that they-
why, Mr. Moderator, you are the Sifu.
Well,
I
you
bow
know,
to thee.
whatever that means.
AI would probably already
Teacher.
thought of that.
Chinese
They'd
word for
have a way
teacher.
to make sure that wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
how's that?
I'm
well,
pretty
being
certain.
coded electronics and
I'm pretty.
everything else.
I mean,
you know,
because we've seen it in movies all the time. That's why I didn't even mention it. We've seen the EMP, and the military would say that too. And even the other countries have now developed ways not to worry about EMP, as in America. So why wouldn't these robots be armed with
And
that?
what's that way? I haven't heard of that.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you the actual name.
Because there's no technology that could stop an EMP.
well, no, they can't stop
no.
it, but you can protect
No,
it. You know,
right, they protect
coding
your
stuff
stuff
like
on
that,
it. Okay,
you know,
okay.
stuff
right.
like that.
Well,
I know they have.
There is
That's what I know.
she would like
go
to
ahead.
speak.
I'm the human with the dumb question. What is an EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse.
Yes.
It stops electronics. It burns them out.
Fry any
Yeah.
electronic.
There is another factor.
If that's a military weapon?
It's just
And they occur naturally from the sun. The sun
Right.
puts out EMPs.
But don't the military have one to control crowds where they put out a Is it like that?
Oh, you're
It
ta-
doesn't have effect on humans. Only
Machines
technology.
and technologies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is another factor that you could take down a robot. If you destroy its limbs, it's a lot more slower, and it's a temporary, stop to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use a grenade, or you can use chemical warfare to melt down the properties.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Well, okay. If you think that's, I mean,
If it's
when that-
melting robots,
I
will
mean-
we live through that?
I mean,
Will we-
well, it don't melt. No, it just
try.
it fries the circuits. But we would live through it. The other thing is, you think about that, and you think about what could be, as in David mentioned earlier, the Terminator.
Yeah.
In the Terminator series, the robots decided, hey, the world would be a better place without you.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
you-
much.
Right.
They viewed us as the virus. They viewed us as a threat. So it's like, why are we protecting this thing that's causing war, which is a threat?
Right.
That was their logic.
And we tried everything, and according to them, we tried everything to stop them, but none of that shit was working.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Well, we-
AI would keep going. Go ahead.
Well, we use an AI every day. Google.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Google is an AI.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because me and you were here like 2 days ago. We were talking about something.
Yeah.
What were we talking
I
about?
forgot what we were talking
We were
about. What
talking
happened.
about something,
Yeah, that
and he
happened,
goes to punch in one letter on
And it's
the
there.
Oh, yeah.
Happened to me today.
and what
Same
we were
thing.
talking about popped up.
Right,
Yeah.
what
Exactly.
popped up. Yeah.
Same
What
thing.
about Alexa and Siri last?
That too.
Them too.
It is an
Them
AI.
Yeah.
They
they're-
sitting having a conversation with my 7-year-old. I'm like, go to bed. Like
Oh,
this is too
wow.
much.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, AI is just not like for everyday people being feared of it. I mean, even the military is a little bit afraid of it, because what about if you have all these soldiers out there, AI soldiers, and all of a sudden they change their mind right in the middle of the war?
Exactly.
So you know what are we doing this for?
Right.
So there's
Right.
Turn on you.
Well,
Well,
Again,
Exactly, yeah.
Google has a subsidiary called DeepMind,
no. Tell me
No.
about that.
and their thing is developing artificial intelligence,
Okay.
and they have access to all of Google's servers. So that means they have
All of our
information.
every
Mhm.
information is out there.
and they're developing AI as we speak.
Okay.
It's called Google DeepMind.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
see, as of 2017, 2018, the rest of the world, governments and all, have realized the economy, based off the AI. So they have now, 2017, start releasing all the country, all the world, that everything is going toward the AI. From
like it or not,
right,
it's
like
coming.
like it or not. So that means that they're going to make money. And we already see that within the stock market, the different things that's being done AI now.
Yeah, you got to
know?
watch it too. Manipulation too. They can. You
Yes.
got to watch that.
That's
going
gonna
on.
happen.
Yeah.
So what if Google became self-aware?
Wow.
How do you think that would affect us?
I think it already is, Trent.
I think it already did.
Yeah.
You think it is?
I think it is.
I think so.
Because of the fact that we turned a blind eye to monetizing and marketing, Google snuck its way to somewhat control our culture.
Yeah.
Yes, that, and I also think, so you're on Google and you're Googling hypothetically little kids' bottoms, okay, like some pedophile
Okay.
stuff, right? And
You would probably
no, I would never do that.
Okay.
And you're thinking that, oh, the government saw what I was doing and they came, right? It wasn't the government. It literally was Google.
Oh, wow.
The AI.
But who
Yeah.
made Google?
Huh?
Who made Google?
Who made Google? Man made Google, but the artificial reason why it's artificial intelligence and the thing that people are afraid of, it is learning from things that it's done in the past. So
Right.
every decision you've made, it is calculated.
Yeah.
I know man made Google, but who? What?
Well, if you're asking, it's not a
Several.
government thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It's
How do
now.
we
really haven't heard too much about Google a lot lately. I remember probably like 10 or 15 years ago, you used to hear about when their servers. I mean,
Right.
because their servers they were building, they were so big and so powerful that they were building them and putting them on ships and
Yeah.
having their servers offshore.
Right.
And so they could keep them cold too at a certain
Right.
temperature because they
Oh,
you know,
wow.
they're
To
going
keep
so
them
fast.
protected.
And keep them protected.
Because
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
the way of the world.
But you don't hear about it much. For a while there, you heard about it and just kind of just faded away.
Right. All of your internet and everything like that going to fiber optics.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now, why would that be important? Because now you have a direct contact with the AI. That AI knows what to do. He knows how to cut off your stuff. It knows everything about you. You had smart meters. These smart meters before, when we were kids growing up, the light man would have to come out to your house and cut your shit off. Now, no, the computer says, "Oh, their bill hasn't been paid." Cluck.
Right.
Just that quick.
And some of them smart meters too will hook up and even tell you like how much power you're using for different appliances in your house.
Correct.
And that's
yes.
that's really
Right.
crazy.
Right. The microwave. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, well, you know, Facebook recently shut down something called its AI chatbot, and what this chatbot was designed to do is to like trade between people, like goods and shit.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be like the intermediary or something, and chat between these two entities or people or whatever. And so they noticed that when they brought it online, it worked okay for a while. And they noticed it started to formulate strange sentences like you, I, everything. And it would say things like ball, to me. And so after 16 hours, they shut it down. And they realized what was happening.
They was talking to each
It
other.
was baby speech.
Oh,
Learning, yeah.
It was learning like a baby. So it was
Wow.
making sentences like a baby, like it was learning to talk. And they shut that shit down.
You know, what's
wow.
kind of surprising is sometimes the AI can't be able to comprehend the level of the human thing. And let me explain why. If we ever have to say anything in verbal irony or any time phrase of pop culture, sometimes it doesn't understand it. And I'll give it a proof of based on my experience. If I wanted to go ahead ask a name of a song or whatsoever, and if I ask Siri, hey, why don't you play Sky High Electronics? And then it would not even be able to give me the correct name for it. So therefore, it can't completely articulate what the human mind is trying to convey to.
And then sometimes you might talk a little too fast because that happens to me
Yeah.
too.
Correct.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just throwing in the several probabilities and
Well,
possibilities.
you think
That's
about
all.
it. Well, you think about it, David. What about if you just kind of switched it around a little bit and said, but human life, and animal life and everything else is different forms of AI. Say
Yes.
we're built on blood, bones, and this and that.
Yes,
where AI is built
flesh.
on computers, and and AI gets to a certain level, in life, and you develop a soul.
Correct.
And so,
Oh.
and that's where we're at as human beings, because right now on the food chain, supposedly, we're the only ones that have a soul.
Yeah, but for now,
Supposedly.
well,
Maybe,
yeah,
no,
that is a
supposedly.
great
But
concept. to think about.
other
Right.
animal species, they are getting more intelligent, sign language,
And
with the different
everything.
things and things
Right.
like that. So everybody's evolving. I mean, so maybe we
Yeah.
were just some form of
True,
AI.
true.
Right.
But I do not want to, bring into the animal soul because I know Trent's the master on that one.
Okay. Okay. So everyone, everyone.
The master
kinda
on
deep, but
animal
yeah.
soul.
No. Hold on. So he said evolving, right?
Yeah.
And he said souls, guys. So here's the thing. When we return, we're going to take a break. And when we return, we're going to talk about how the AI has evolved over the years and the possibility of it developing a soul. We out.
Bye, girl. You have a great night.
Man, that was a great podcast.
It was a dope show.
Yeah, great. Bye, guys.
So what you say?
Yeah, man, I have so much work to do. I have to get caught up.
Okay,
I'm
make
sorry.
sure you remember to lock the door.
I
Right,
got
be
you.
careful.
I got you.
Okay. All right.
Take care.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
All right, babe.
ASDS Radio with Dave Shethill. We have an Congress, 205 Republicans, 2 Democrats asked the Supreme Court to reconsider the unworkableness of those right to abortion in Roe v. Wade, 1973 and cases. They have filed a brief in the upcoming abortion case, June Medical Services versus Lee. And in today's weather, we're going to have
My name is Robert Richard, and I'm the host of an exciting new show called What's That Net Worth, where you and the contestants guess the cash flow of the most popular celebrities around today for cash and prizes. I want you to go to Ego Network TV on YouTube to watch the show. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram at ego_network_TV. I'll see you there.
Hey, guys, we're back.
Oh, yeah.
So, as I said, we spoke about fear, but Jesus, it's my phone.
Technical
Dropped a
difficulties.
gun or something.
Yeah, so we talked about how the AI is evolving. So you think about it. Trent made a statement about the video games earlier, and we saw, like he said, the levels that it was getting to in the video game, but now things are getting better. And you saw the beginning of AIs when you went to, if you're old as I am, you have to go to the grocery store, and the doors didn't open automatically, right? You had to stand on them to make the a little mat, and it opened. But then they got rid of that.
Right.
The computers could now recognize we were there. Doors are opening. You saw little things as the world started getting better and better and better.
Automation.
Yes.
Yes,
With
it's
the
automation.
Infrared technology. I think that was about the first part of AI that came in.
It's funny that you mentioned it because in my class right now, these 2 weeks that I'm taking my finals for electrical motors, we use the automation called PLC, which is programmable logic controllers, and they're like the version of the AI, pretty much.
Well, I think the fear of it is losing control.
Yes, of course.
Losing control, and it becomes more powerful than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I hate that is the biggest fear for people is that.
That is the biggest. I hate
He's
to
already smarter.
Right. I hate to say this, but what Trent just said was this for you guys at home to understand. So you think about a one side of group of people have always had their thumb on another side. They wanted to keep books and different things out of their grasp so they wouldn't get smarter.
Yeah.
Because once they got smarter, they knew that they couldn't control them, and Lord knows what would happen next.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at
So
with
that begs the
technology.
question, Jay. So what about now? I mean, with AI going on, where does this fit in? AI is taking over all the education. There's no more books.
Correct.
So is AI
Correct.
going to all of a sudden one day they're going to say, you know what? Turn it off, and then there's going to be no education.
I think maybe it's
I
like
mean,
the Neuralink.
what are they doing? They're preparing us
The-
for something,
right,
all of a
but see-
sudden, because there'll be nothing left to read.
Right, but see, Trent just said it.
Maybe it's
see,
the Neuralink.
The Neuralink
Right,
is the very
right.
beginning, right?
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
humans, we will slowly lose our humanity based off of robotics stuff to go with the AI that can control for us to keep up with the AI.
Right.
So as the AI upgrades,
So
we can upgrade.
Right. So I'm gonna throw this out there to you. It's gonna be a little off the wall, but as we progress like that, look at it from a biblical standpoint.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, and I think God was talking. You talking about the Tower of Babel being first, people wanting to be like gods, and talking about the end of days. Man is going in. If they don't not stop, they're going to be able to create man.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to that point.
Create a whole different race.
Right, we're creating a whole different race of people, which eventually they will be a people.
Yeah.
you would
Correct.
think.
It's already happening.
So I mean, so it begs the question. I mean, you should be afraid of AI because what about if AI does take over the world? What if AI is the Antichrist?
Right.
Because AI is going to control everything. You won't be able to buy, sell,
Right.
get on a plane,
Breathe.
go nothing. Facial recognition.
And you know what?
You won't be able to go anywhere
What's
without
interesting-
AI running your life.
That and also what's interesting as I breathe through one nostril. What's interesting is that Hollywood No, they've been knowing stuff. That's why there's movies like
They are good
Terminator,
at predicting
RoboCop.
stuff. Very good at it.
Hell, let's go real old school. The fucking Jetsons.
Yeah, Star Trek.
iRobot.
You know, Star Trek.
yeah.
And there's so many things that now, I mean, think back. If our grandmothers, you know, our forefathers, those people, they wouldn't dream of the stuff
this
that we
type
have
of shit,
now.
yeah.
To talk to someone on a video phone.
Shit,
and
some of
that's
my homeboys
Jetsons,
that's in
you know?
jail and shit.
Yeah.
They get out, they be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. So
You know?
imagine that's already been pre-planned.
Yeah.
So when we get old,
I don't know about pre-planned.
I think it's been out. So it's been already
think so?
out. The Jetsons, it came from somewhere.
Yeah,
It came from
right,
somewhere.
Right. I agree.
maybe.
I agree.
Star Wars, all that shit.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
It's
so
true.
it's like it's not like someone just imagined it. Yeah, it was imagination, but it came from somewhere, a
that's
real
true.
place, and now it's manifested into this reality. And now it's like, oh shit, what's next? The
Yeah.
bitch is gonna take over. I hope I'm dead.
Exactly.
I don't get
Right.
bit by no dog.
Can
But it
go
seems
ahead.
like it's inevitable that's going to happen.
is.
It
Well,
is something that's going to
can I
take
say
over.
something about something we just talked about, just in case the listeners don't understand? We talked about Neuralink.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so what Neuralink is something that's being developed by Elon Musk, and what it is ultra high band. It's an ultra high bandwidth brain interface that's surgically implanted into your brain.
Wow.
That will allow humans to connect directly to computers. I just
That's
want
amazing.
to.
When is this
Right.
happening?
It's being developed
It's
now.
being developed now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it'd be the same cost as it would cost to use. I assume.
So
Yeah,
to
LASIK
think
surgery.
instead of saying Alexa, play Shoop by
It's
Salt and
there in
Pepper,
your
or you
head.
just think about it
Right.
and then it's gonna come
and
up.
and he said the first
Huh.
the way it worked with the first when it first comes out, it would be connected to your iPhone. So you would
iPhone.
Bluetooth your brain to your iPhone.
Not your droid.
So you would be able to
No, droids are dumb.
control your phone. Everything that's on your phone is
Right
is
there.
here.
Well,
In your head.
I could
Oh, wow.
definitely believe that because all we need to do is get the electromagnetic, touch little pulse things that they use like in the medical part.
Neuralink.
Neuralinks, and then just put it onto your phone. That's a simple way to do it.
Well, hey, you act like you done that before.
Well, I saw a video where a man
It's
used
a
the
simple way to do
Neuralink
it. I do it
simple
to
in
way
my
to
make
head.
do
the
it.
train move forward.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
basic concept. They did it back in the early 80s.
Yeah. When they was.
Oh.
When they
Okay,
did
so
the-
the things that this will allow you to do, it'll allow you to, compete with AI. You know
yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
said that.
Compete. That's a war.
Huh?
It's like they try to create a war.
It'll
Not a-
basically make you smart
as
this-
AI.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
And it would, among other things, allow you to play music directly in your head. You know what
I
I'm
already do
saying?
that.
You
Yeah.
could just think AI play the Beatles. and
Oh, well, yeah.
That shit'll
That's
start
scary.
playing in your head.
See, I
How
don't
do
know
you
if
feel
we
about
could
that,
ever
Rick?
get as smart as
no.
AI, though.
That's
I'm like, that's too
invasive.
much.
It's invasive. Because
Too
what if you
much.
think something that you don't want
Right.
to come out?
That's gonna happen.
Like, I'd be thinking of some funny shit in the wrong times, right?
too.
And I'd be like, I don't know why I just
Wow.
thought that, but I'm glad nobody.
But it's
Right.
still just
If
inside
it
of your
just
head.
came
though.
out at a
Right.
funeral and
Right.
wet ass
Wow.
pussy came on, because I thought about it, not that I
Right.
was thinking about it,
Right,
but
right.
just weird
you
shit
can't-
happens in my mind.
mind.
So
But did you hear what Trent said?
Playground.
Even if you did that, that's okay. No one would know because it's only in your head.
no.
It's going to go to the cloud.
It's gonna exactly. They're
Right.
keeping a record of it, and they're allowing us so much information to say, what are we gonna do with it?
So
You got people that are learning to be progressive, and you have people that are using it for agendas that don't, in
Right.
my
Go
opinion,
with the
fucking matter. But it's. I
Okay.
think they're testing us, and then when they
It's such a
snatch it,
test.
like he said, you're going to be back to your original teachers are going to be your elders and your teachers.
You know,
That is an interesting concept because, when people are depending more on the AI machines or whatever, there is a theory that just popped into my head just now. It's just like you will have people that'll be so interdependent on the technology that they have to depend on it so much. And then there's the other half where if they're critical thinkers, they're able to think outside the box, still be able to, think for themselves
Use it
and
for
use
them.
it for them.
To
Okay.
keep up with what's
Well,
Exactly.
Well, let me say this.
do it.
You said it in your head, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. They actually did. They have a deaf bot. So this bot controls all your social media. So when you say grabbing all the information out the cloud about you, it's kind of important. They get everything about you, every text message, everything you've ever done, how you answer every question and everything you do. You pass away, you give everything but you allow the deaf bot at that point. That deaf bot covers your social media after you've long and gone. And I can text you and say, hey, how's it going, War Child? And guess what your death bot's going to do? It's going to text me in the same way you would text me.
Yeah,
and it's going to communicate with me. And that is the AI with the death bot.
Well, we have somebody watching. Your husband, Patrick Gilpin. He said, let Cody know her husband is watching. Okay, so, and back to Neuralink.
Go ahead.
Ask him about his
yes.
artificial intelligence. 'cause-
Okay, among the other things that Neuralink will solve, it will solve mental illness, like
I like that.
Parkinson's.
Okay, I like that.
Dementia,
Dementia.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
And Elon says it will also help the blind see again.
What?
And it will help paraplegics walk again because, just hold that thought, David.
No. Go.
Because he said, okay, so the reason why someone is paraplegic, the reason why they can't walk again, because the only reason is because the signal from their brain to their legs is broken.
Right.
Okay.
So the leg never gets the signal, or your eyes never get the signal to see. But he said Neuralink will solve that. It will send a signal directly where they need it. And they actually had a monkey when they were developing this, and they put 2 Neuralinks in it. And this monkey was able to play ping pong. I seen the video.
Okay.
The monkey played. You know that game ping pong.
yeah. Yes.
He played it with his mind.
Wow.
And he got a reward every time he won.
What?
He became like a pong
I was
master.
wondering
and
what
shit.
they tested it on.
Yeah.
What were they testing it on?
Yeah.
Monkeys then.
Yeah.
I could definitely see how Elon Musk would use that sinodal wave technology if it's used on the frequency of the harmonics, and if he has the right frequency. This could lead to other, cures inside the body. Okay, in other words, it uses
we
wavelengths.
heard what you said. There's no other words.
Yeah.
No other words. We heard what you said. It's cool.
No. I mean, I understand you're confused. I'm trying to get
No,
into
I'm
basic
not
terms.
confused.
It was just a
I
group
thought
silence.
you were confused.
No,
I'm not.
There is a science behind using different wavelengths and
Yes.
megahertz
Yeah, I know you're
for
confused.
helping cure the body, help you relax.
Oh, yeah,
you
of
can't
course.
even hear them, but they're
It's a
subliminal.
science.
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, they use it in metaphysics,
It's
too.
a science behind it, right? The science.
Yes.
That's why the richest motherfuckers are in Scientology.
Right.
Because they already know this shit's about to happen. They already know it's about to happen. All right. I just thought about that.
I have to take it to another place. Everything that Trent was saying,
Okay.
I was thinking about it, and it was something that Big David had made a statement about too, about the Antichrist and all of this stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Everything that Trent told you about the Neuralink sounds really good on the surface. A person being able to walk again,
Yeah.
solving, dementia and different things of that nature. Who wouldn't want that, right? But you have to think, why is it so pretty? Why is it presented so pretty? And once we all have it, what does that exactly mean for us and our own personal humanity? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in the Antichrist? I don't know. But what I'm saying is everyone has a certain belief that this being packaged so pretty, no matter what religion you're in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think religion and shit will matter. at all.
Well, here's why I say that religion, no matter what religion you're in. Religion has already pre-programmed you to believe in a certain thing. So you have a certain feeling about certain things, triggers, okay? And,
Well, I think the world is moving away from that shit.
but see, that's the whole thing. That's
Not everybody.
right. And
Well, everybody should.
But not everybody, Trent. They just not.
and here
Some
go
people stuck.
And here go
Yeah, I
the thing.
know.
Here go the thing about that. When you think about a situation that can solve all of your problems, stop all of your sicknesses. If you read the Bible
I see
or
where you're going. I see where
whatever,
you're going.
you see what I'm saying?
I do.
You start looking and say, wait, maybe I was wrong about the Antichrist. Maybe it's this. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you're going to have people rebelling. So you have to think about this. Something wrapped in such a pretty case that can cure all of that. 'Cause
Well, that goes like I was watching this video with this guy from the Pentagon. He was from the Pentagon's AI department. I didn't know they had an
I didn't
AI
know either.
department.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And he was saying that they were in conflict with the People's Republic of China, and the most important thing for them to do was to master artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And what he was saying that artificial intelligence will solve everything. From the video was scary listening to him talk. All of the applications he was applying artificial intelligence to. He was saying military, sickness, everyday life. He was like, and we immediately apply this to artificial intelligence to these things, and he was saying that was the most important thing for them to beat China and whatever
Okay.
technology.
So
was.
AI can bring world peace.
Okay, no one
by
said anything.
force?
Well, either way, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You made a statement earlier, right, about control and losing it, right?
Yeah.
The reason why it would be the most important thing, just all the applications you just said, what would that be for the world? That would be us as humans walking around as controlled drones.
Yeah.
That's what that would be. That would be complete control.
Right.
Because I know they would put some type of fail safe in there where they could be like, oh, he tripped.
They would.
Hit the panic button on his ass.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
An emergency button.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a
Yeah.
total recall.
Exactly.
Well, if it has
Kelly.
all of the good things, then it obviously has all the
bad
bad
things,
things
of
Right.
that
course.
Yeah.
they don't have a target audience that they're trying to hit, like a young, old.
The world.
We're gonna get every one of y'all,
right.
and it's a good thing. It's a good thing until everybody is just kind of zombied
Yeah.
into it, and then they work you out.
But that's one of the things people worry about is the AI develops emotions. And
Yeah.
once it
Oh,
develops
wow.
emotions, it makes decisions on emotions. I mean, you say you piss it off, and it reacts, and wants revenge.
Well,
Then what about if you have AI and they start lying to you, start deceiving you? I mean, that everything is not the truth that's
You mean
coming out of
start
it.
acting like a
It's-
human?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I would say
Really?
this:
Really?
these are very good, concepts and so forth, and it can be scary. But keep in mind, we also have, somebody else saying that we have a failsafe preventing it from doing that. If we are to, let's say, we have our very own data machine from Star Trek, we put an emotional chip that he would be able to develop complex emotions and behaviors.
Okay, so we got.
How
a
can we be
comment.
able to tame it for a better optimism?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead with the
Okay,
comment.
so we have a comment from Patrick Gilpin Jr. He says AI will likely supplement humanity, but eventually surpass it.
Okay, so it would give us what we need and leave us in the dirt.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So
will.
Patrick, yes, I agree, and that's the reason why Trent brought up the link, the Neuralink, right? See, the Neuralink will allow you to upgrade. As technology upgrades, you shall upgrade too.
As much as they allow you to upgrade.
Correct. Correct.
So you think you're getting a full upgrade, but no, they're not going to let
Like gonna be
you know
generic
more than
upgrades.
them.
Right, but there will be hackers. There will be people.
Well,
There'll
Few.
probably be a limit to gigs of
Few.
information that
Right,
you can
you're
hold,
right.
just like
That's
a
what she
computer.
said. Right, she's right. She's right. There's always that.
I want to bring something else up, though,
Go
right
ahead.
quick. So, the lost tapes of the 27 Club. Y'all ever heard of that?
No, sir.
Please begin.
I'm sure y'all heard of the
R. Kelly don't have
27
nothing to do
Club.
with it, does he?
No, I haven't. I
Okay,
haven't.
the 27 Club is these group of musicians who all died at age 27.
Oh, no,
yeah,
I have
yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah, yeah.
They all died from
Yeah.
either suicide, drug overdose. This is Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
The other
Amy
dude.
Winehouse,
It's-
Kurt
yeah.
Cobain,
Kurt Cobain, yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Morrison from The Doors.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they were all 27.
they've recently came up with an AI that they actually feed 30 songs from each of these artists into this AI,
Hmm.
and they were able to come up with a album that this AI produced,
What?
and it's original music from Amy Winehouse, produced by this AI. It's original music from Jimi Hendrix that this AI produced, and the way they was able to do this.
Oh, my God.
The AI analyzed the vocal patterns, hooks, rhythms, and melodies from over 30 songs of each of these artists and synthesized the voices and the rhythms. And you can go listen to this music. I listened to it today. It sounds just like fucking Amy Winehouse.
Are you serious? That's
That
scary.
shit blew my fucking
Listen to
mind.
that tonight.
I'm
Oh,
like,
my God.
I'm like, this is not Amy Winehouse I'm listening to. It sounds just like
A song
fucking-
you never heard of.
Yeah, it's
That is
they
beautiful.
have new music from Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Jimmy Morrison, and it was all
Oh, my God.
composed and done by
By AI.
artificial intelligence.
What? I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Welcome.
just go on YouTube and look up the lost
Right. Oh,
look up the lost tapes of the 27
the
Club.
lost tapes of the. Oh, my God.
and this
27.
this is all computer generated. It sounds just like fucking Amy Winehouse.
Oh, my God.
Welcome
That
to the
shit
future.
blew my fucking mind, bro.
Welcome
You
to the
heard it
future.
today.
I heard the Amy Winehouse one, and I listened to the Jimi Hendrix one, and
Ooh.
both, yeah,
That is
incredible.
amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
There you go.
That's fucking incredible.
Guys, you heard that, right? Just go check it
Yeah,
out, man. I mean, you are in the future now. I mean,
Right.
you might not believe it because you had a fucking VCR or some bullshit and your phone was attached to the wall.
So-
but guess what?
But I want to ask, so is this music really from Amy? Do y'all think this is really from Amy Winehouse?
No.
Yes.
You should listen to it.
I mean, I think it mimics it probably, but
So is it like-
I'm just saying it's not.
It- it's
but it's not
Yeah.
something.
It
you know,
sounds just like her, bro.
Yeah.
But see, remember what I said with the deaf bot, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It takes everything you've ever said online and different things. So when I text you, David, and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Right.
You reply the way David
Just
would
like you
reply.
would.
Yeah,
right. So
exactly.
this computer is doing exactly
already
the same
doing it.
thing. Yes.
In
It's
other
already
words,
doing
it's
it.
called the Black Mirror.
Good way
But
to
you know
put
what
it,
else
yeah.
is crazy is that, when you filling something out online and then it's like they give you the crazy little puzzle piece to figure out scrambled letters, Are you a robot? And I just all be like, well, fuck no. Why they have that? Or am I a robot? Because there's robots out there that's already.
Well, we have one on the
Would
show.
you say you're a robot? If you're a
Dave bot.
robot?
Dave bot.
Right.
We have
With
the
no
Dave
one
bot.
knows that.
Cyber
I'm gonna do it next
mechanism
time.
organism determined by the human behavior. You will now go into facts and converse into this conversation.
Okay.
Dave bot.
Now,
Get to the chopper.
Get into the chopper. I am a microorganism, T800 cyber exoskeleton organism.
so anyway,
Dave
guys,
bot.
calm down. Now, what you were saying, which is a very good thing. You made the statement that whenever you go to a link or something like
Yeah.
that, it asks you,
Are you a robot?
Right.
Okay.
Just did that yesterday, and I was like, no, had to do that shit twice.
Now here go the thing. The person who did that apparently can't be a robot because
Yeah.
they asked you the dumbest shit. And if the robot is supposed to be smart,
Right.
shit, it could do that.
How many bikes are in the pictures?
Right.
Hey, I failed those.
Right.
I'm like, I missed it.
Always
What
miss
was
the first
that?
Oh, that's a
couple.
heel? I didn't realize.
I didn't realize
Thought
you were
that
talking
was
about the
tall
whole
grass.
damn airplane,
Right,
not
right.
just the wing. You
Right.
said wing, bitch, wing.
Right.
Right.
But here go the thing, though. Do you know how you know for a fact that being a robot is our exact future? That's a new race of people.
It is.
And here's why. In our age and period time, there was only like 2 boxes you could check, black or white. And then we were seeing other people, and later on, those people now had a box they could check.
Yeah.
All right. And so you just right now just said,
Are you a robot?
are you a
Are you
robot?
black?
Hey, well, that reminds
Yeah.
me.
Are you Hispanic?
Yes.
That's what
That
that is.
reminds
is.
me. I was signing
That's
my
right,
daughter
right.
up for an email, and the email, it said, when it got to the end, it said man, woman, or other. My daughter she was like, Dad, how can you be other?
It was others.
Yeah, she was
It's a
just
whole-
like, she had a brain for it. She was like,
Oh,
what
how
the
old is
fuck?
she?
She's 16 now, but she was like 5
Oh, okay.
during the thing. She was
Uh-huh.
like, Dad, how can you be other? And I just, we'll talk about that later.
And see, and even with that concept,
Yeah.
when you go man, woman, or other,
Yeah.
you automatically think, oh, transgender or
Right.
whatever. But what if it's not?
It expands.
What if it's
What,
robot?
what if it's robot?
It's robot.
Alien?
Right. You see what I'm saying? These are all things that are in our future,
Right.
and they're closer than most people realize.
Yeah.
So Patrick Gilpin would like to know, so okay, you get this implant. So what happens when you need to update?
Uh-oh.
What you mean? You update?
I mean,
In hardware.
and maybe
I think I know what he's
upgrade.
talking about.
Yeah.
You update
Okay.
in
Right
hardware.
Through your
Okay, so
phone back to you.
just like in our iPhones, and remember when he said the link actually hooks up to the iPhone, Patrick. Well, anytime that there's a patch or anything that needs to be done to the iPhone,
I pay for it.
It comes right to
go see
our
it
it comes right to our phone. We click it and plug up our phone, and guess what, Patrick? We're updated.
But what I think he's saying, what if you can't afford it for the update? What if you can't afford the update, but the update is something you need to stay relevant in society?
It's gonna be a lot of
But
people
you can't
malfunctioning
afford-
out
Well, they
there.
can't
solve it
afford
by
this
monetizing
update.
by down payment.
Well, here go the
Through
thing.
credits.
It's very simple. In this society alone, right now, there are a lot of people. A lot of people are homeless. Right. That is
Yeah.
like those people failing to get an upgrade.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I think is
So
gonna happen.
so at that time, you know what I mean. If you can't get this particular upgrade, well, we'll see, because you'll be walking slower, moving slower.
It might even be
doing
like some mental
Yeah,
hospital.
but
Or
It's malfunction.
Or to add on to that conversation, based off the fictional Twilight Zone universe called Black Mirror, there was a time when people they didn't afford any credits or whatsoever, they would ride the bikes to gain the credits to get their upgrades, but they were so antisocial, they're plugged into this iPhone or the machine.
Okay.
That's one concept. They could do it without having to get monetizing credits to upgrade their hardware or their software.
Okay, well, it's kind of dope in a way because if I could get a USB port
Right, and put it in my-
installed
Plug it
into
in.
my neck,
Mhm.
and I can download any information I want, I would do that shit in a heartbeat.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
you would
would
go
too.
act like Motoko Kusangi from Ghost in the Shell then?
I
That's
mean,
what
if-
they do.
If I could control it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And any information that I needed to know, I just have it on a drive and just, I would do that shit.
Right. Okay. There's a group that works with Boston Dynamics Robotics, right? And they are all about health. Okay? So people that has amputated arms and different things of that nature, right? They make them a robot arm, right? And it hooks up to a computer. Very true. But they also have a link. So whatever they think, like they want to grab onto something, they use that and they do it. They do it with limbs and different things of that nature. So that's kind of like what
have
would
seen that.
what would
I've seen
happen.
it
Yeah,
before.
that's kind of like what would happen right now
Right.
with us and our upgrades and different things. And that is the fear. The
Yeah.
biggest fear to me is that as time go on, yeah, it's an arm.
Well, some people
Maybe a
online
leg.
are saying that that would be the mark of the beast.
See,
Could be, yeah.
but wait, but
Let him
stop,
speak.
but stop, Trent, stop, Trent. I gave you an example of what that really, what I was saying.
Well, that's
and
not
you
me
said-
saying that.
I know, but I'm telling you what the world would say. That person said the mark of the beast,
Yeah.
and that is what I'm trying to tell you.
How the
come it-
world would react.
Yes,
I thought the
And
mark
that's
of
how
the
they're doing
beast.
it.
I personally thought the mark of the beast, that people rumored was when I went to the Harris Health System. They have this little box and it scans this automated palm on your hand, and I thought that was the warning sign of the mark of the beast for a while.
Well, nobody knows
Nobody
what the
knows.
mark of the
They,
beast
they
really
just,
is.
yeah, they just put that out there.
Well, when your underwear disappear from the clown, that's,
Never
that could have been the mark of the
that's
beast.
the mark of the beast.
Well, it could be also be the
That
mark of the
shit
beast when they
stain was the
invented
mark of the
the
beast.
Harley Quinn's thong.
Well,
Yeah.
because with the mark of the beast,
Wow.
one thing we do know for sure is you're not going to be able to buy, sell, trade, travel. You're
Yeah.
not going to have any personal freedoms.
You know what that
unless
is?
you
Know
have
what that
the mark
is?
of the beast.
You know what that is?
What's that?
Credit.
Nope.
What?
That fucking COVID card y'all got from that shot.
Oh no, we can. I don't have
That's
it,
the
and I
mark
can.
of
I
the
can. I can
beast.
buy, sell, and
not
trade.
Yeah. He's like,
No.
nah.
You guys, if you have not had COVID, go get the shot. Go ahead, man.
Hey,
You know,
There is no
we-
nano
no, don't
machines,
get
it's
it.
proven, because there's no high frequency that could control you, and it would be disabled by the wet blade cells. Fact.
So, you guys at home, all right? So, we've talked a little bit more about the AI and how scary it might be, all right? And we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. But what I want you to do, though, find it in your heart to tip us, right? I don't have a vehicle now, and so I need help. And we need lights. That's why we're sitting here in the damn dark. Even though
Right,
you
right.
can't tell, we got flashlights hooked up to us, and we're doing this shit.
Exactly. I know.
Right.
I'm depending on public transportation now.
So please tip us at Cash App $DSB Media.
And
Okay.
if you have an idea for the show, you
Right.
want to be on the show, you have an interesting story, you can email us at urbanparanormal13@gmail.com.
Right. And as much we very much need this. We need you to like, share, and subscribe. Okay. So while you're doing all of the three things that we just said, right? When you finish, we'll be back from a break. Hey.
I'm Ronald Brown. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any.
Months. You played me for a fool for 3 months?
I lost my job,
I was counting this promotion.
my wife to my brother,
It looked like the street was
and I
moving.
tried to do the right thing.
Hey, did you say something?
I lost that fight.
It's a curse. A curse packed with the devil.
So now it seems the only way to get ahead
Every third night.
You will become what you are.
is to lose my soul.
Hey, what's up? We back with the Urban Paranormal Podcast, and we are talking about artificial intelligence.
Correct. So, you guys know, right, that people are afraid of it, to the fact that I was just talking, to David, or listening to David, the Big David talk, and he said, I really didn't care about it too much. I really didn't, think nothing of it. He said, but now, shit, I might need to really look into this.
What's that?
The artificial, how it could be dangerous.
Yeah.
It's packaged up really beautifully.
Well, he just got all those nanobots injected into him.
Still waiting to turn into a Terminator. Yeah.
In other words,
Right.
nano machines.
But I mean, I think a lot of people at home, listeners and viewers, might want to pay attention to this artificial intelligence. I'm not saying that we should be afraid of it. I'm not saying that at all.
I think we should be cautious.
Can I provide a positive light to it, despite how dark and grim this conversation is going?
Of course,
I
David.
know that as we talked about Sophie, our first, AI. Sophia, sorry. That was, based off of, Saudi Arabia, that was just programmed and so forth, based on 2016. It's actually a nurse bot that's able to, converse with people, on an emotional positive effect. Based on, other than that, I also found out that Microsoft had made a patent that it is an AI chatbot. I understand we were afraid of chatbots because of its possibility to overcome humans. But the chatbot itself is like a PLC program software that could be used to, mirror the human emotions and the habits off of a dead person to put it onto a computer or a automated head to communicate to its relatives that are younger.
Okay, I don't see how that.
The deaf bot is what I said earlier.
Yes,
then.
the deaf bot.
Why?
Okay, so I want to talk about this. Tay tweets. Y'all ever heard of Tay tweets?
Please.
No, I have not.
Okay, so in 2016, Microsoft launched an AI called Tay.
Okay.
And they gave Tay its own Twitter page.
Okay.
And Tay started to send out tweets.
Okay.
And people tweeted back with Tay. You know what I'm saying? And Tay, as time went on, it learned how to, be social. It learned how to tell jokes, send a joking tweet back.
Right.
It learned how to flirt when people flirted back with it. You know what I'm saying? And before long, people started to tweet political shit. To Tay. You know what I'm saying? And racial shit to Tay. And Tay got so smart that she started to agree with some of the people.
Oh, shit.
On the racial and political shit. And so they had to take Tay down after only one day.
Wow.
One day?
Yeah.
Okay.
day.
Was Tay basing this on political science to agree with some of the humans?
What, motherfucker?
David. Okay, look, David. I mean, I don't
just
understand.
told you everything
If they-
he needs.
Let me break it down to David, for example. David, this was one day.
Yes.
And they
One
just
day
said,
evolved.
"Hello, how are you doing?" And then they said, "Hey, Trump for president." Then they said, "Hey, black people or whatever are lazy." Okay, that's it.
Tay
David.
agrees.
And Tay
Black
agreed. That's
people-
it. There's no more thought needed than that.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Jay.
Wow.
That's right.
So this AI literally
He said that like an angry
either-
mother and shit.
Okay. So literally this robot supposedly formed an opinion and sided with one.
So Patrick Gilpin says,
Yes.
yes, Tay, she was only active for only a short time, and Tay started to say how Hitler was a great guy.
There you go.
Was it because she got
It's
hacked
no
or something?
because,
I mean,
baby.
I'm just
It's
curious. That's
artificial
all.
intelligence.
She just took all the information she had from Google and came up
Yeah.
with her own opinion.
Yeah.
There
It's
you
like
go.
a person.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying. Yeah.
And
Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
It's
and-
going on.
And Microsoft had to take
Shut
Tay
it down.
offline. Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, people started to think that the tweets were coming from Microsoft.
Ah.
They were coming from Tay.
Wow.
It's artificial
That's
intelligence.
scary.
You know
Well,
what?
I am glad that David finally got it.
Yeah. And I like to tell Patrick Gilpin we'd love to have him on the show.
Yes, we
Yes.
would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, this is a situation that people are afraid of, is that developing a mind of your own. But hasn't that always been a concept and a worry for all society throughout the history?
Slavery.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the minority because the minority always loses.
There you go.
Always.
Right.
Always. So if they feel superior or they feel like they can keep up with whatever it is they're threatened by, they're going to do it.
Correct.
And those who are going to do it are the ones with the most money, the most resources, the most backing, even with their own,
Right.
donations and funds and things like that. Because they want to be on the winning team because they're going to be the first ones to get that intelligence or that
Right.
upgrade.
Well-
I help you, you
Yeah.
help me later.
That's how
right?
it
Well,
Well,
here's the thing I'm
that
thinking
is-
about, and Tay situation. Like Patrick said at this point, he yelled out, Tay agreed with Adolf Hitler, how much of a great guy he was, right? Okay, that was artificial intelligence that based off the information, which is all the information that's on the cyber world, based an opinion that they believed, okay, maybe he was right. Well, that's just one AI. There's multiple. Maybe another AI might disagree. Do you understand? Those AIs will become just like us people.
Start developing personalities. And
Right.
shit.
But the fear of it is this, and this is a big thing. If everything we've ever recorded in history and we've placed basically on the internet and everything like that, and an AI takes all of that information that we have done, and still turns out at the very end and said Adolf Hitler was a good guy,
we got a problem.
we have a serious fucking
Serious
problem.
fucking problem.
We got a problem,
A
right?
serious problem.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, I
So-
want to make a light note. So, what do you guys' favorite AI movie or character? If you could think of any.
Yes, the little boy from the movie AI.
Okay. I'm gonna
Make me a real boy.
I'm gonna have to go with the Vision from the Avengers.
Smart
Okay.
choice.
Okay.
don't know
Anybody else? No.
I am definitely going to say the robot from iRobot.
Okay.
People disbelieved that he was capable of doing good, but because he was so intelligent, he developed a conscience.
Oh wow.
I'll say the robot from I can't remember the name of the movie with Robin Williams played the robot.
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man.
Yes.
Oh,
That's that's how I kind of see him evolving.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
of course.
You know.
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio
Yeah.
is an automated machine, so he could be a form of a robot.
Exactly.
They have the same. No. Pinocchio was never an automated machine, man.
Well, before they were called
Jay, do
robots,
you-
they were known as automated machines.
Okay.
I know I shouldn't have even went there, but
I know, right? You can't.
Scientific term.
It's okay. It's okay.
right. So what about you? Voices of Erica.
Voice of
He's gonna make me
Erica.
schizophrenic.
Right, schizophrenic.
Okay.
Voice.
Wait,
No.
maybe he's saying it for a
One.
reason. He know what he's saying. He's a smart
Right.
man.
One.
Thank you.
One.
One
But
voice.
he know what the fuck he's saying.
She has many voices.
I
Okay.
do.
Well, fuck it. I'm just
There you
gonna
go.
start calling the voices of Erica.
Well, I don't know who's gonna answer to you because
voice
so
of
many
Erica.
of me
Right.
in me.
No,
But
go ahead, love.
you know, I hate to sound cliche.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to go with Terminator.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
to.
That's
The
a good
one
He
from
raised me.
Terminator 2,
Right.
where he
Especially
finally
Terminator
says,
2.
"Now I know why
No,
you
no,
cry.
please stop, man.
You can't stop me. I'm the
Well, that's
Governator."
Terminator speaking.
What about
to
you?
the job,
What
boy.
about you, Cody?
Yeah.
What about you? Your favorite AI, if you could remember one.
Baymax, was he an AI?
Oh yeah.
Was
Baymax. I like
Baymax,
Baymax
yes.
too.
Baymax.
I
The
think that's the
kids'
big white
movie, the
guy.
big
Yeah,
white-
I like
What's
Baymax.
Baymax?
Yeah.
He looks like the Michelin Man, but
It's a-
he's in it's a kids movie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
dope.
okay. I'm
Yeah,
not-
you
it was
Baymax
out.
was
Baymax.
dope.
Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta check that
yeah.
out.
Baymax.
Yeah.
was
Baymax,
dope.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make my hugging.
Yeah, yeah.
Baymax
Is it
is
sweet?
sweet. Yes, Baymax.
Yeah.
is
I hope the
sweet.
AIs
It
turn
was supposed
sweet.
to be like a medical one, right? Because he could
I don't
heal
know. I
you.
just remember him, and he was not threatening at all at any
See,
point.
You
in
think there's gonna be
time.
any of those?
But they made him.
Yes.
Hope so.
They made him kind of threatening later on. The little,
Well,
little
yeah,
They
kid.
did?
Yeah.
So what about
'Cause it
these
goes
Tesla
wrong.
cars that think for themselves?
Autonomous cars.
Autonomous cars.
Yes.
Early AI.
Yes.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, the thing is because I like to try to like bullshit around and invest in bullshit like that. And it was, I want to say 2014 or 15 or whatever, the cars came out and they were thinking for themselves or whatnot, and it caused a lot of accidents. A lot of people lost their lives. Okay, so they had to go back and redo them.
Okay, so and I was watching this video where this guy was like, okay, and I think I said this shit before that you tell this car, okay, get me to the airport fast as you can. That don't mean get you there safe.
Of
That
course.
means get you there fast as you can.
This proves that robots can be bipolar.
Well, I mean, it's actually just following
No,
directions.
it's following
Yeah,
exactly
but it's
what he
taken to the
said.
extreme without the safety of the human.
Well, that's not
It's
the
just doing what it's
extreme.
told.
That's
Exactly.
doing what
But
it's
it's not
told.
bipolar.
Well, the thing is,
That-
it's disregarding the human safety.
Exactly. He might run over a couple of motherfuckers. They
Right.
might jump a couple of ramps like Duke
Wasn't
said.
that part of the
Get out
Okay.
the
the
way.
the robot Bill of Rights, the AI Bill of
Right.
Rights? Thou
Right, well,
shalt
let-
not hurt a human.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Trent. So are you saying that this is just what you was thinking, or this is what was actually said?
This
what,
is what was actually said.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And I was thinking in a few, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
A few shows back. I forgot what show it was, but like, okay, what if you give this AI a vague command?
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's so literal about
Yeah.
its orders that
exactly.
it takes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be direct in what you're telling this AI.
Or you have to be very specific
Very
because
Exactly.
sometimes the
Exactly.
robot is like
Very
a bipolar kid that can't understand it.
Okay,
Exactly.
guys at home, Trent said you had to be careful what you say to the thing. You know, you can't be like that. You know, you have to be kind of direct. And he said you can't be vague. So David said the same thing Trent just said, all over again. Just so you guys know, I just wanted to.
David is like my hype man. Bro.
I don't know what
David thinking about it. Like, what you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, me and David are each other's hype men.
Right, because I'm like, my
that.
brain is like, oh my god, what the fuck? I just have to go back over. Yeah, like it's deja vu.
It's 2 + 2, and then what? 1 + 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way. I'm the reciprocal of Trent. There.
Already.
But you know what's
bro.
interesting is that how we're saying, oh, we have to be specific and we have to make sure that we're not vague, but it's how we're really thinking and contemplating on how we're going to approach these AIs. But we don't do that to our humans, and we are human.
Because the humans, they go and they process based on, mainstream cultural events and within the times. The robot cannot necessarily.
I'm saying that we may need,
even if it's outdated.
No, listen to here. I'm just saying that we may need to take more time to think about how we're going to approach humans on a regular day basis, as opposed to just how we're going to approach AIs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You made a statement that we don't do humans that way.
Right.
Well, okay, I beg to differ because I was in a car ride here and me and the driver was talking, right? And he said, you know what? It'd be really cool if you could just tell the girl, hey, I just want to do my 1-2 thing with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. No feelings involved, right?
That's direct.
That's direct. But the problem is that me and the driver was having the conversation before we presented it to the woman. You see, so we do watch out how we talk to other humans.
Well, that's good.
So that means we would do the same thing as we would do.
And that's good. But some people don't. I'm just saying.
Not everybody's you.
Right.
Well, you guys know that Amazon is developing a smart store.
Yes.
And I think they actually have like 3 or 4 of these stores already operating. It's called Amazon Just Walk Out.
Really?
So you just
So what
go
do
in
they
there.
mean? No,
It's
no
a grocery
people.
store,
Just,
no people. You just walk in there, grab what you want, walk out. And there's so many sensors and cameras.
You might get cancer in there.
And it's,
Shit.
and
Not enough
it
frequency to
records
cause it.
what you walked out with, and
And
it
charge you.
automatically takes it out of your account.
Wow.
Really?
I love
Yeah.
that.
You
So-
love
that.
So
I
it's
don't know
like
how to feel about shit like that.
It's like I don't feel that.
I
either.
want to
It's like,
make that choice.
I don't know about that shit.
It's like a personless store. It's nobody there. You just walk in, get what you want, walk out.
I don't know.
And
I mean-
you get charged for it later.
It's like kind stealing.
I mean, we
but not-
Yeah, the old boy in the documentary I was watching, he said it felt like he was stealing.
That's it. I
What
would
if you don't
think it
have?
would be.
What
But
if your
then when
card
he looked
gets
at his phone
declined?
and he seen he got the charge,
He got-
he was like, yeah.
Someone stole from him.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're still quite a few years or
Away from
decades away from
From there.
this type of
Not
AI.
decades.
I'd say a couple maybe because the AI like looking at you and actually having a brain and thinking about things. Right now, everything has to be so interactive where it has to be a man or a woman or somebody doing something to make this algorithms work and do what they do. Even driving a car. It's not so much the cars like me or you thinking, hey, I got to stay between the lines. It has sensors and everything else, that's driving it. So you saying, hey, I need to get to the airport as fast as I can. Well, it's not going to cut through and drive through the high school and the mall and run over people getting there. It's still going to use its sensors and everything else to get to point A to B, following its programs.
Right.
Now, is it hackable? Yes, it's hackable. That's a fear that you could get hacked and have your car kill you.
Oh, just going crazy.
Right.
Somebody just, hey, you're going to go
That's
100 miles an
possible.
hour now into the wall or something.
Oh shit.
Well, now I'm
maybe.
glad you brought that up. I just want to say this one thing.
That's the biggest fear. I think
know,
is
That
hackability
is-
on all the AI
Yeah,
right now.
I agree.
With that particular world, in that world that can do these things, and you said there's hackers, can you imagine how many terrorists that will emerge?
Yes.
There will be a ton
Shit.
of car crashes. There will be a ton of plane crashes. There will be so many things. There will be bombs being dropped from drones, from regular drones. All of this, right?
Yeah.
In retaliation to and fear of the AI taking over.
All that could happen now.
Right. Right.
If somebody
But it
did
would be, So the moment our governments direct and say, I'm working with, hypothetically, Amazon Link in that company, and that company runs that, we have an issue, a serious issue.
Somebody's going to take over the nuclear arms arsenal we have.
There you
stuff
go.
Like that.
Exactly. That's the fear.
And all of a sudden they see a flock of birds flying over on radar and think it's a bomb being launched. And
maybe it just decides that humans don't need
you're
to
right.
be here anymore.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest
That's what's
fear I
scary.
have.
That's
Okay,
scary.
so Patrick Gilpin says, what about Asimov's rules on AI?
Okay, what are those rules?
Well, okay. Isaac Asimov. The first law: a robot may not injure a human being
Okay.
through inaction or allow a human being to come to harm.
Well, it's like their 10 Commandments.
Yeah,
Right.
their
It
laws.
was the three. The second law: a robot must obey the orders given by humans. The third law: a robot must protect its own existence
That's from the
as
movie
long
I,
as
Robot.
such
Yeah.
protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
Who enforces those laws?
See, that's
Humans.
It's built. It's built in their program.
Yeah,
But
it's their program.
Now, see, that answers sort of what I was just speaking of.
Right.
American government decides I am going to go with Amazon Tech, okay? So our entire government is ran by this particular AI, okay? Those laws will not apply, will not. And the reason why it won't apply is because the government will enforce. They will enforce punishment on people for not doing what they have to do. And that would go in a direct situation against those particular laws. Okay. You see? So when you have other countries with their own tech and different things coming up into the world, you're talking about a serious war happening.
They can have their own laws.
Yes.
Their own set of rules.
Right. And in order for these countries to be protected from each other, that those laws can't work because they would have to be a war between the two.
The law of wars never worked anyway.
Right.
It never did. I mean, look at the past from time, you got rules of engagement and this, that, and the other.
Right.
They don't follow that shit. When you're out there and it's life or death and you got your people and they don't give a shit about no rules.
Right.
I think what Jay's saying, because when it comes to the government, I mean, they have to make a decision on life and death.
Correct.
I'm going to take this action. It might kill 1 million people. This
But
one
it'll
might kill 2
save-
million people, but they're still going to kill people.
Yes.
Either way.
And so either way, life means nothing.
Correct.
Right.
Well, let me ask this: What if robots or AI became so human-like and lifelike that they could blend in with us? And
What
we
makes
couldn't
you
tell
think
the
they're not
difference?
already here?
Right.
Well, that's a question. I was asking the question.
Sorry, my bad.
No, right.
So what if they could?
What if they could just blend in with us?
Wait,
We
does
couldn't tell
Sophia
the
look like
difference.
a woman?
She did.
She
To a certain extent.
She was just a
She's
head.
a bust.
Yeah, she was just a head, and they put her on a thing.
Now she's more than a head.
So do you think they make
well,
her?
it's like a right here.
No, she has arms
She has
and
the whole
everything.
Oh, now?
situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would like to
Oh.
answer that one.
Okay.
They have got it close with the controversial sex bots, but the anatomical features is not as quite as accurate as a human being. Though.
Oh my
Are
God,
they
the sex
making
bot.
them like
Yeah.
a human so that's
But-
more acceptable to us
but
to
I'm
see it
saying-
in our image because we're egos?
Okay, how-
But you
driven
saying like going to the
assholes?
mall
Why would
and
it
it's
matter?
like
How will we treat them?
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
Ooh.
Why would it matter? How would you want to know?
I mean, would they
if
have the
somebody was
same
a robot?
rights?
Okay, here go the thing.
Well, yeah.
Every question you have just asked, all answered right now, all answered in the show called Almost Human.
Okay, well, what
Really?
if being a robot gets into it and I kill this robot?
Yes, and there is a
You know what I'm
robot
saying?
on the.
Do I go to jail for murder?
yes.
Or did I just
Right.
deprogram
Well,
the
see,
motherfucker?
no, that's the problem. There is a robot that killed all these people.
That's a movie you're talking about, right?
Right.
It doesn't answer any questions. The
Yes.
movie doesn't answer questions.
Here's the thing: is that Almost Human? Everything you're talking about, the AI, it proposed every scenario, and so it reenacts every scenario. And in that scenario, this bot basically killed these people, and now says it's acting on its own accord and wants to be considered to be taken apart.
Okay, well, it took that director's take on what he thought would happen. But I'm just saying, in the real world,
It should have self-destruct. If you
Yeah.
do something,
But-
if you
well-
break one of the robot laws, you just.
Well, see, that's the thing. The robot is saying that because I committed these actions, right, I should be held accountable, not the robot race. And I have rights. So that opened up a whole new thing for the Supreme Court at the time to say, hey, this have to have rights. So it opened up that door. How will we treat the robots? Well, they have the whole thing on that is that people treated them like shit. They treated them like shit. Like, how did they treat black people when they were slaves? That's how we would treat the robots.
see another movie that's probably already painting the picture of
That's
the
telling
future.
you, yes.
This is what's going to happen, y'all. Look at this movie.
That's
it's not
it.
just a movie.
That's
Maybe.
it. And it's
Maybe.
called Almost Human. It's one of the famous
Really?
things out.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, you know the U.S. military is actually working on some AI drones,
I can believe that.
which they call
Wow.
the Dragon Ladies, and they have
Ooh.
actually assisted on some operations in Iraq.
Already.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's called the Dragon Lady. That name is fucking scary.
That is scary.
I
What are these
know,
bitches
right?
gonna do?
I know, right?
Spitting fire and shit?
They're actually AI planes, drones.
Really?
And shit. Yeah.
Okay, now see the fact that you said that, Trent. Don't you think another country has some AI drones too?
Maybe China. Isn't that why we got to stay ahead of China
right.
so we can?
So you're looking at a situation here that can become instantly no more humans.
Yeah.
Instantly because of these things fighting.
Hey, have y'all seen the those? David mentioned the sex box, and it took me back. This had to been like 6 years ago now, when Facebook was just I was just finally getting on there, but it was probably kind of new, but not much, Well, new for me. And then I came across this video of this chick, and the way it was filmed, it was just like real life, real time filming with the camera, maybe a camera phone, so it wasn't like a movie or anything. But it was someone dancing very sensually, and then they came across the pan to the front, and it didn't have a face. It was a robot. So I was just like, but she looked like a woman from behind. Everything was a woman, like skin and everything. So I'm just thinking like, damn, that's preparing us for the future too. These sex box that she looked like a
I want to
fucking
get one.
Have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen that?
Yes, I've already.
Watch out for the killer Kegel.
I brought it up earlier about
did?
the strippers.
Some of those
They're already
sex
doing
bots-
it. Yeah,
Some
they're
of
already
those sex
doing it.
bots will find as hell.
Yeah, the sex bots.
Robot
awesome.
strippers?
And then they don't talk back.
That's why
they
they were
don't talk
dancing.
back.
I
Yeah.
know Jay loves that.
They just
Yeah.
go in the kitchen and cook when you tell them.
They cook.
Right. They could.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And their mouths stay like this.
No.
Oh no.
No. They move just like ours.
Oh.
Just like we talk, they do the same thing.
Oh, that's scary. What is this world
It
coming
is.
to?
No, it's not scary. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, until they kill you.
Nope,
Killer
not us.
Kegel.
Maybe
Killer
it-
Kegel.
I know, right?
Oh,
Thank
oh.
you.
Yeah, killer Kegel. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word earlier. That's what it was.
I will
Kegel.
say
Squeeze
this:
on, baby.
you won't be able
Squeeze
to
on.
reproduce with them.
No.
So
Well, that's a good
That's
thing.
a better.
Then,
That's
too.
like
that's a
that-
damn good thing.
Yes.
So, do they have men?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
You want one?
Yes, Erica. If you want one, you can get one at your own disposal.
Yeah, they're like $5,000.
Disposal.
Yes.
Are they there?
Oh, really? Are they that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
You damn sure can get
You
it.
will never be lonely. Disclaimer.
But what if it like hurts my insides and it like goes to?
That means slow down.
That's
Yeah,
what that
you're gonna
shit
need to
means.
And I
program
ain't
it.
gonna do shit. So I put a little button fast,
Yeah.
kind of fast.
No, you don't do none of that
But
shit.
no,
Have like options like bust that ass, sex, and make love. You
Right.
know.
Sex,
Yeah.
make love, bust that
Practice
ass.
know,
responsibly.
Start on level
Wow.
Bust it
5.
open. Bust
Yeah.
it
Bust it wide open.
I think that's awesome. I mean, that,
I
that's
might
where
be
we're
thinking
going.
that's awesome too now, Jay.
Yes.
You know, but it's, the good thing about it is there's people out there. I mean, that's a great partner for them in their relationship.
Yeah.
I mean,
Correct.
people that have mental illness or
Or-
have problems
Yeah.
socializing with people, or for some reasons
There's that
they're
perfect
not
match.
they're
Yeah,
not
Jeffrey
they're
Dahmer
not,
did
they're not
that
attractive
shit.
to other, they're not
Or-
attractive looking.
What about
or
the-
stuff like that?
what
I
about
done
the
hear bitches talk.
what about the other women, the older women who are lonely because
Right.
their son has went away and started his own life, and they just wish they had someone, and they had that bot that they can communicate with constantly and be a
Jump on
company.
the dick every
Well,
now
I'm
and
just
then.
saying,
Like
grandma
Bicentennial
or
Man?
something. I'm just saying,
try to make it all
be
clean.
a companion. You know what I mean? A companion. It can work.
With dogs.
No, this is talking
But
about
not to fuck
pets.
'em.
Pets will be
That's
one
what
of the
I'm
first things they're going to use
Some
AI
people
for
do
AI
fuck their
pets.
dogs.
AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, shit.
Well, I would definitely take a sex bot. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
too.
You would?
I would.
I wouldn't, because the sex bot wouldn't know exactly what it would be to the extent of the full of my brain. So I would trust a human to be my partner.
Fine.
Man, this dude is crazy as hell.
I know, right?
Wow.
I need the social warmth of the hug to be able to,
Well,
at least
she could
learn
hug-
and
hug.
so
She
forth.
could hug you,
She gonna
bro.
program-
The
You
thing
can
is
program her
that
to
the
hug.
robot is not going to be able to advance or get even better, because then you're going to have to throw away an update. You're going to have to throw away one for an
Just
updated
update
one.
the bitch.
And the
No,
thing
you just
is that
update it.
you're not going to be able to learn, for the full extent of an organism.
You're
Well,
trying to
I
be
s-
long term with this bitch, right?
He still believe in love and shit. You
Yeah,
know
he's
what I'm
just-
But
saying?
y'all don't believe in love. But hey,
No, we
and
don't.
we're
No,
free
we-
to choose whoever we want to, right?
So people
Yeah,
will
of
have
course.
emotional relationships
They will
with
have
them. I mean,
emotional-
they
They will.
already are having with
Well,
them.
Yes.
David, you can upgrade
Hell,
the bitch.
people
you
do
know
with
what
their
I'm saying?
phones.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't upgrade you. I
No,
can't
I'm
upgrade
saying, I
Eric.
said the bitch. You can upgrade your robot.
You can upgrade your robot.
You know, she could just like you
I
for
would-
the first month.
It's a nice thing.
The next month can be love. You can upgrade her to love.
Trent, it's a very nice
And
thing.
she could change the color of her hair and her eyes, and it's like you're cheating on her.
And her nipples.
So
Yes.
I got
You
a
can spray
question.
paint them.
She ain't gonna ask for no
Got
money.
a question for
probably
Jay,
got
the
detachable
Can I say
encyclopedia.
something?
Okay, hold on.
Can I say something?
Hold on, David wanted to ask me a question.
Oh, sorry.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick question, because this is kind of scenario where
Go ahead.
other David is over here headed to. I can't remember the name of the movie. Of course, it's a movie with Bruce Willis, and the people would just lay in the beds, and they had their robots would go out interact in public. So they would lay in their bed.
With Bruce
they were-
Willis?
In fact, and the robots would go out and have
Sound
sex
like
with
an
somebody else.
avatar.
So, but they would lay in there and they'd feel it and everything else while the robot was going through life.
That's
It's like
just
an
damn
avatar.
lazy.
Oh.
You can't even go out and
I
get
can't
your own
remember,
ass. You got to send
I
your
know,
robot
right?
out.
No, I want my own.
Well.
I like the thrill.
Well,
All right.
well,
To
here's the
finish up
thing.
what Trent was trying to persuade
It's
me
like
to,
hunting.
I prefer a human over a robot.
Yeah.
End of story.
Okay.
Have you ever had a robot,
Anyway, that was.
David?
Trent,
How
you
do
go
you know?
experience one, then you can convince me.
Okay.
End.
Okay, Big David.
That's fair, David.
That
Do you
particular
share
movie-
them? I'm
What?
just curious.
No, you don't share. No.
What if he likes your bitch and you just want to give it up?
Swap robots.
No, you
Like a
don't.
one time.
You don't
like,
share.
Swinger bot.
That's
Swinger bot.
nasty. That's
Absolutely
See if
nasty.
you
not.
like her. I mean,
No.
you're not emotionally attached to her, right?
It doesn't
would
even
be.
matter. It
I
doesn't
love
even
my robot.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter if I was emotionally attached or not. That
You
is
just
just
don't share.
nasty.
Like
robot.
toothbrush,
Yeah.
underwear,
His
no
dick
share.
where my
Right.
dick is
Right.
going.
Confused. So they have
Where's it-
holes,
They have everything you have
Have
right now.
everything.
but they have wetness.
But even
they have
better.
moisture.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
We can replace.
They have
Yes.
Oh,
the
that's not
digitally-
fair.
That's even
Oh,
better.
oh, y'all didn't even know?
I didn't know they had moisture.
Oh no, let me
This ain't no dry bitch.
let me explain let me explain this to you.
NC-17. Go.
Let me
Something
let me
good.
explain this to you just so you really understand. So
Please.
the robot started out a certain way, right? They even have a movie on it where the guy was using this robot couldn't move. Now the robots can actually move, they can talk, they can do the whole works to you. And the thing about it is you can set them to fucking mute. You can set the robots to mute. They look 10 times better than the real women.
And they have digitally advanced WAP.
There you go. Yeah.
Digitally advanced what?
Digitally
Wet-
advanced
yeah.
WAP. Wet ass pussy.
They actually have orgasms, the whole works.
Wow.
You know, so hey, all I can say is good luck, women. You better treat the guy you have right.
Exactly.
Because
But it
yeah,
can also go the other way, too.
Okay,
I don't even want
Mom.
to hear this dude. So check it out.
We're looking at our sex robot.
These
Wait.
bitches.
Wow.
Yeah, I already know.
They
Now,
beautiful.
He said,
just,
I already know. I want the blonde.
just,
This bitch.
They're
just,
beautiful.
Replacing us.
just so you know, how come
Oh,
you didn't
look
get
at that
replaced?
ass.
How come you didn't get
Look at
replaced?
that ass.
Okay.
That
Thank
ass.
you for that look.
Hey, you got lucky in 2016.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't wanna see these bitches.
Texas said no. The actual facility of building it was going to be here, and it was going to be in the little things here. Texas said no, 2016. The
Really?
other people that would have it.
That
yes.
don't mean we can't
Where
get
is
them.
it at?
Well, we
Cali,
can get 'em.
Cali, Vegas. somewhere?
Everybody else said yes, but Texas said no.
So can you
Texas.
build a bitch?
Right.
You probably can.
Build
I
a
mean,
bitch.
you just got to choose from these 4 bitches, or can you
No,
like
it's
make
more
your
than
own?
4.
No,
more
it's
than 4.
way more. You
way
can
more
send
than
in your order what you
Really?
want.
I'm gonna have to research this.
Yes.
One,
I'm gonna have to
somebody
look
had
into
one
the
that looked
what?
like Taylor Swift.
Oh,
there
You
you
get
go.
them look like movie stars and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh my
yeah.
god,
Miley
that's
Cyrus.
scary.
I
Yeah,
know.
Miley Cyrus,
Right.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. So,
real.
so
They got hoes.
ladies at home, if you have your dude, you know what I mean, and you know, be good to him, because guess what? That shit's finna come
He
to
can
an
replace.
end real quick, and you're so far behind with a male version. They have a male version, but it's so far behind because the best sellers
Well,
around the
women
world.
don't even need it. All they need is a stick or something.
I know.
They've been had their version.
Right,
That's why
right.
you have a
It's
sex robot,
it's
okay? Because
handheld.
we need a
Right.
stick.
It's
Right.
Yeah, we
handheld.
kind of have been having it pretty good for a
Right.
while.
Well, but like I say, now these guys are being able. I mean, not guys. The women are being able to interact. They're talking to them. That's the whole thing. It's becoming the real deal. So
They can get wet, not wet in that
Yes.
sense, but I'm talking about in the
They-
shower.
they-
There's a
yes,
man who
yes.
test drives
yes.
these robots.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Look, meet the man who test drives sex robots.
So
There
he's
you
a robot fucker.
Yeah, it's the same
A
as a
robot
regular
sex
person.
consigneur.
Wow.
Look, it has self-lubricating vagina.
I told you
I
Her
told
name is Harmony.
that digitally
Okay.
advanced
and,
web.
right, and they
can't
even have the
wait.
ones that you plug up.
Oh.
So they sit there while you plug the shit up.
Hey,
It's
we have
awesome.
male sex dolls
Wait, where
with
do you plug what
bionic
up?
penises.
Because the thing talks the same way. Yeah, I got you.
It
The-
talks?
Yes, the same way you have Siri and all of that. They have that already.
Oh.
So it could talk and hold a
Where are these
conversation with
in
you.
Japan somewhere?
They
It
all-
can tell
all-
you
all-
go deeper and
Right.
shit
It's
like that.
all over the United States and everything else. Yes.
They have their own porn sites.
Wow.
No,
Robot
not yet.
porn.
Not yet.
Netflix. Her titties are perfect.
So I tell you what,
And
guys.
they never
That's
stink.
Harmony. She's
Right,
the
and they
number
never
one
stink.
seller.
They never stink too.
Hey,
That's another thing.
you
You
guys
know
at
too
home.
much about them dolls over there,
Hold
both
on.
y'all.
No, I just know about vagina Cody.
So
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought
everybody,
I did too.
everybody,
Because I have
everybody,
one.
calm down. Everybody, calm down.
To Jay.
All right, calm down. You guys at home. So we talked about, artificial intelligence. We told you about how it fears, how some people might fear it, how people might like it, and everything. And we talked about sex robots. That's a part of the like and some part of the fears. Okay, but what I'm asking you guys at home is this: very simple. Think about this long and hard, because this is the future. There is no stopping it. There's no pushing the brakes. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
This is your future, okay? So you need to educate yourself on these particular things that we're talking about and joking about. Educate yourself on them and learn how to live with them, because that time is coming really soon.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay?
it
So, again, I'm your host, JH. And
I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
and we are going to bid you good night until the next episode.
Good night.
Good night.
Deuces.